So there is a tier 4 in this event. You'll need 18,000 for it, and here's what it drops. It drops legendary gear chest, legendary gear key, Shiva empowerment sigils, and 34 times 100 flasks of Arcana, or whatever flask you choose. So pretty cool. It'd definitely be nice to get that. I think I'll get it. We still got 18 days, so we got plenty of time. Even if you haven't even started, you could. I've done this in 8 days, actually in 6 days. So 18 days. Hopefully we can do it no problem. At least get that tier 2 because we get that hero unlock in tier 2. So boom. First update there. The second update is I contacted support. I had gotten some Necromantian chests in the Moogle market. So in the gear tab, there's the Necromantian chests. And I talked in my last video that I was thinking about getting a lot of these. And I did get some. I got 5 of them. And I opened them up, and I got almost no Nightmare Ore. So I contacted support. I said, hey, I didn't get any Nightmare Ore. Like, what's up with this? And they messaged me back, and they said, no, you actually did get some Nightmare Ore. You just got like these three pieces of Nightmare Ore. So yeah, it turns out even if you get all 50 chests, you'll probably get one legendary item out of it. Because in 5 chests, I could almost craft a purple, not quite. So that means it's going to take at least 25, probably at least 25 chests to get have a chance at a gold. Probably all 50 to get a gold item guaranteed though. So to me, that's not a good deal. These chests are not as good as the other chests. Usually you only need 25,000 chests to get all legendary. Like that's what it is for just about every other set. Between 20 and 30,000 chests, you can get all legendary. Until this one, it's probably going to be like 300,000 chests. That's just the way it is. I guess I should have just got 1, tested it out first, but I got 5 and then tested it out. Not a very smart move on my part. Another update is I mentioned I didn't think the Royal Empire expansion blueprints were a good deal. And they actually are a decent deal if you need the Jewel Mine and if you need the Nightmare MP recovery gems. So I kind of forgot about that. I was thinking when I was talking yesterday, I was thinking about it in terms of me. And my Royal expansions, I have the 2 Jewel Mines, and they're leveled up enough that I don't see any value in getting more tokens to level them up further. But actually, maybe that's not too bad. 711 for 100 prints. Let me just real quick look at the Jewel Mine and see how many prints it takes. Let's see how many prints it takes. So to go from 5 to 6, it's 1,000. So 7,000 tokens. You can go from 6 to 7. 7,000, not tokens. I keep saying tokens, but really what I mean is the Chickatrice trophies. You'll need about at 100 apiece, you'll need about 10. 100 apiece? Yeah, so 10 times 7,000 per 100. It's going to be over 7,000 to level this up. And I don't think I think I'll spend my trophies elsewhere. Especially as the rate doesn't really jump up much from 5 to 6. But for some of you guys, if you have some expansions open and you need Nightmare Gems, Jewel Mines are the only way to get it. And you kind of have to pay up for the Royal expansion prints, but hey, if you need those Nightmare Gems, which I think you all should want Nightmare Gems, not too bad of a deal. So I downplayed this, or I overlooked this in my last video, but it's really not a bad deal at all. It's still, yeah, you could do that for sure. I ended up getting a ton. I got like 400 of these, the normal, the Empire expansion blueprints, the 100X for 175. I've been just loading up on them. I've decided I'm gonna try to get my expansions to 20. Because as you get them above 15, you get more and more essence per level. And once you get like around 20, you can sacrifice your elementals all day long and just replenish them. Most people that I know with level 20 expansions, every single one of their troops in their empire is elemental. Like they have 20 something million elemental troops, and they're just stockpiling the essence at this point. So yeah, definitely it makes sense to makes sense to max them out. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to max them out and get the bonuses from them too, the buffs, which are really good buffs. So that's it for the updates, guys. Now real quick to the meat of the matter. Oh, I need to unassign. Actually, no, I don't. We can look at their skills without unassigning my heroes. So let's do that. Let's change hero, and let's start with Noctis. So, as if you're in an older realm or a realm at least as old as mine, my realm's about a year old now. We have through level 200 unlocked for Noctis, for Prompto, for Luna, and for Ignis at this point. Now, maybe the older realms have some more, but we just have those 4 heroes. So I'm going to kind of look at just those 4 heroes and show you guys what the skills are. So for Noctis, really we're just looking at these 5 skills down here, because you're really not going to want to put any more than a single mastery point into the hero attack. That's just the way it is. It's kind of, it seems pretty pointless to level this one up too much. So it's really just these 5 skills you're going to want to max out or put a lot of points into. We've got the rally capacity, march size, so it's the same skills, right? But they opened up, so it used to max at level 20, now it maxes at level 30? I think it's, yeah, I should probably look at this real quick. So I have it maxed in some of my heroes. Let's see, just real quick, I think it maxes at 30, but let me just double check on that, because I'd hate to. Yeah, okay, it maxes at 30. Nice. So back to Noctis, we'll look at his skills, because it displays what their max benefit will be if you level up that skill all the way. So if you put 30 mastery points into Noctis's rally capacity skill, you can get 1,000,000 additional rally capacity. So that's a lot of rally capacity, right? Like, that's going to help you out tons for taking out strong players and for holding the crystal. Really, for holding the crystals where this is. In my opinion, oh yeah, taking out people too in rallies is nice, but if you're holding the crystal, you're going to want this maxed for sure. March size, it now goes to 100,000. So, you know, every little bit helps. I think it was like a 50,000 max in with this. So from level 20 to 30, you get all the way to 100,000. Nice. Core troop, we got 13 and 13. That's decent, but compared to some of the newer heroes that are unlocked through level 200, that's not as good as it could be. But you get attack and HP for warrior, mages, and cavalry troops. So that's a lot, right? That's a good. You're going to buff all your troops, basically 13,000 attack and HP. So if you're a defensive account, you're going to want to max out this one. And if you're going for the crystal, you're probably going to want to max out the rally capacity. If you're just kind of all-around utility, like let's say you're strong enough that you don't need that extra core attack and core HP for defense, you could go the march size. That's going to help you out in, that's going to help you out in neutral realm, like taking out neutral empires like the Magitex, all these new ones that we're getting, the rebels. Boy, how many are there now? There's the bandits, there's the demonic empires. Let's just try to name them all. I'm just kidding, guys. So, yeah, so that's march size is just kind of a good all-around one. Plus, you can reinforce people. Just that bigger march size helps out in a bunch of different areas. But, yeah, so this is all kind of all-purpose. Rally capacity for taking out strong players, for crystal defense, crystal assaults. Core troop attack, that's going to help you out that's going to help you out. Actually, that's a good all-purpose skill to max out too, because that's going to help you out for defense, for offense. It's always good to have more and more troop buffs. So if you're not going for the crystal, this wouldn't be a bad one to put points into for Noctis. And then last but not least, the all-elemental troop attack and HP. So this gives you 26,000 and 26,000 elemental troop attack, elemental HP. Yeah, I think that's probably one of his best skills, especially in the Age of Elementals. If you've got your expansions leveled up, say you've got well expansions to level 15, you're starting to get quite a bit of essence, starting to produce quite a bit of elemental troops. This might be the one you want to put your points into, because that's 26,000 troop attack for the elementals, and plus a lot of the elementals are going to have tier 9 attack depending on how you're using them. So you're getting 26,000% times a really strong troop. So at least in the Age of Elementals, this one makes a lot of sense. That's twice the buffs as this one. So there's that, guys. Yeah, for sure. I've been focusing on the rally capacity because I like to lead rallies, and I have pretty good gear, pretty good heroes. So I'm a good candidate for leading a lot of our rallies. That's why I max this one out, or I'm trying to max this one out. But I would definitely... So here's the other thing to think about too, guys. And I should probably go ahead and talk about this. So at level 151, you can unlock this limit break skill. Actually, you need to get to level 152 to have enough mastery skill points to unlock the limit break. And there's a big debate going on, it seems like in the community. Do you max some of these skills because the buffs are so good first? Or do you just get them to 15? Because you need this one at 15, this one at 15, this one at 9, and this one at 9 to unlock the limit break skill. And you need 1 point in each of these. So that's what you need to get the limit break skill at level 152 is you need 15, 15, 9, 9, 1, 1, and then 1. But there's a big debate going on. Some of these buffs are so good that a lot of people are saying, I'm just going to go ahead and max some of these before getting the limit break skill. And I think that's viable depending on, it really depends on where you're at. The big benefit of the limit break skill is once you unlock it, if you're using that hero to attack monsters, you got a chance of dropping the material you're going to need to activate this limit break skill. And the limit break skills are pretty good, so we'll look at that here. But that's just, go ahead and throw that out there. There is a debate going on. Do you max these out? Or do you just go 15, do the bare minimum, and then get the limit break skill? And then once you have the limit break skill, then start maxing this out. That's what I'm leaning towards, because I want to start stocking up on the limit break materials, and you don't stock up on them until you unlock this. So that's my take. Personally, I'm going to unlock the limit break, then go to max these for most of the heroes. Unless you have mastery skill resets, then you can just do whatever. Then you can, max these out and then just get the limit break skill whenever, or vice versa. So that's the big debate going on right now. But in terms of Noctis's mastery skills, from 150 to 200, he gets a lot stronger. And the cool thing, we mentioned this before, but all these mastery skills, they apply to all your marches, all your heroes. Like your whole empire gets these buffs, whether or not you have Noctis activated. So really cool. And this limit break skill, you can use on any hero's weapon or on any weapon. So you can activate that limit break skill. I guess if you don't, I probably should break down what this limit break skill is, because I've talked about it before, but in case you're new to this, the limit break skill, it is an Arcanium enchantment. So you unlock the ability to enchant an item in the Arcanium. And so here's the Arcanium, the Secret University. And Noctis's limit break skill allows him to enchant weapons. So you can enchant any weapon with, once you unlock it, you'll see I guess that's Noctis throwing some ice shards or something. But you can unlock this skill. And it's pretty good. You get a lot of troop HP and a lot of troop attack. Like 50. I'm going to have to unequip my... because I can actually show you what you get per level if I unequip my heroes here in the order of heroes. I just did some attacks, so I had equipped them all to get the buffs. But let's at least unequip the heroes that we're going to want to look at. So from what I've seen so far, all the different heroes, their limit break skill allows you to unlock a different enchantment for your gear. So Noctis, his limit break allows you to enchant weapons. Prompto's limit break allows you to enchant feet or footwear. Luna's limit break skill allows you to enchant body armor. And Ignis allows you to enchant the helmet, I think. I'm pretty sure it's the helmet. So as of yet, we don't have anyone to enchant the accessories, but I'm guessing that our Arania probably will enchant one, Ignis probably will enchant one, and Cindy probably will enchant the last one. Because that would make sense, right? We have 7 heroes, and we have 8 heroes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. We have 8 heroes, guys. Wow. Wow, really? 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I don't know what Arania, Cindy, Gladio, and Ravis are. Well, I don't know what they're gonna enchant, but it's gonna be something. Or maybe it won't be an enchantment. Maybe they'll have a different kind of limit break skill. That'd be kind of interesting to find out. So yeah, 8 heroes. What it is here's where I got confused, guys. There's 8 heroes, but there's 7 heroes that you can unlock. The other one you're gifted at the beginning. So that's why I thought we had 7, but really there's 8, which makes sense. Oh, I forgot to unequip Luna. And once we get this bad chick unequipped or unassigned, we'll jump back into the Arcanium and look at the limit break skills. But I can go ahead and show you Noctis's here because I have his skilled up. Noctis's limit break skill is pretty darn good, especially as you leveled up, it gets better and better and better. So that's why I would say get this limit break skill, store up the materials. It's a really good skill. Sure, it's not quite as good as, like, you're going to have to put some points into these, which maybe you don't want to, but I think it's worth it probably because, boy, can we not view what the different levels before this give us? I guess not. That's kind of a bummer. Okay, well, level 2 gives you, let's see, I've got level 3, so level 2 is probably 20,000 and 20,000 troop attack and troop HP. Level 1, I think, is 15,000 troop attack and then 15,000 troop HP. So as you leveled up, and it's interesting because it's like odd numbers, or actually this is an even number, but what I mean is it's weird numbers that you can level this skill up. So 168, so at 151 you can get it if you have enough mastery skill points. Most people don't have enough mastery skill points till 152. So you can get it at 152, you can get that limit break, level 1. Level 2, I think it's like 54 or 56. And actually it's probably more than that. I don't know, guys. You'll just have to find it out. I should probably write this down as soon as I do it, but I jump into things so quickly, I get excited about it. And then I don't have I don't have a good enough memory to relay a lot of that information to you guys. But anyways, so that's Noctis's mastery skill tree. It's the same thing from, same mastery skill tree. It's just they unlocked it to level 30 now. So you get all these max benefits at 30. And Noctis gets a lot better once these get above level 20. Like these, Noctis is a good hero. He's a good hero to get a lot of points in because you're going to get, if you maxed all these, so let's say you get a level 200 Noctis, you could probably get close to maxing a lot of these, or at least max a couple of these. So that means you could max this one, get 26, 26. You could max this one, get 13, 13. So that's 39,000% troop attack and troop HP if you're using elemental troops. And then throw on this limit break skill maxed as well. I mean, you're going to talk over 100, that's over 100,000% troop attack and troop HP, I'm sure. Well, it depends on how far this one goes, but I'm guessing it'll go to at least 50, right? So 50 plus, that's like 89,000% troop attack, troop HP if you have the limit break skill enchanted as well. So awesome. Plus it's got the rally. Awesome. Man, these heroes are so good being unlocked to level 200. So we're going to have to get on it. We're going to have to start leveling these suckers up. Let's look at good old Luna now. Actually, we'll look at Prompto first. Let's look at Prompto. And so I wasn't a big fan of Prompto's mastery skills. He's got the armor piercing, which it seems to me more and more this skill is kind of getting outdated. 1,000% armor piercing, pretty useless as a mastery skill. But he did have these City Assault attack, Rally City Assault attack and HP, Lightning Elemental Troop attack, and Lightning Elemental Troop HP, plus his limit break. So I mentioned his limit break. It allows you to enchant footwear in the Arcanium. So he's got his own special Bioblast footwear enchantment. And what it does is it shreds armor 25% at level 1, plus gives you a attack march speed. Both pretty good. The armor shredding, that's a pretty good number, 25%. That could come in handy. Yeah, for sure. But So from the previous max to now level 30, you can get 22,000%. 22,000% City Assault attack if you max this one. Pretty good City Assault attack. You can get... Oh, wait. Increases your rally, assault, attack, and HP 73,000%. Wow. 73,000% City Assault, attack, and HP bonus when rallying. That's a really big number. So I'm not hating on this number at all. That's way better than it was, because at level 20, I remember this number was not very good, but at level 30 to get 73,000, if you're doing a lot of rallies on cities, definitely going to want to level up your Prompto. That's going to help us out tremendously. So both these skills would be pretty nice to get some points into at some point. Again, it's the same debate as Noctis. You're going to need 15, 15, 9, 9 to unlock the Limit Break skill. And as I mentioned before, you can do it at level 152. As you can see, 1, 1, 15, 15, 9, 9, 1, and I have no mastery skill points left over. So it's a perfect amount at 152. You can max it if you do the right combination. Yes, I like these. I like his Limit Break skill, the armor shredding, and you can enchant all these at the same time. So you can enchant the armor shredding, footwear, you can enchant the weapon, you can enchant the body armor and the headgear all at the same time, and then do an attack with all these Limit Break skills. That's going to make you a monster. Highly recommend doing that as soon as you can. Lightning Elemental Troop HP, 47,000%. Cool thing about Lightning, good for defending the crystal. It's good for... Lightning is turning out to be a pretty useful troop because they're so fast. So in neutral realm evasions, a lot of times it's a race to get to the neutral empires. It was a race. We had that event recently where we had the research facilities, and it was a race to get there because you had to get to them fast or else somebody else would get there and zero it before you got there. So having a bunch of lightning troops comes in handy, especially in events like that. For stealing, we've had these events this week where you can steal other people's expansion resources and you get points for the event in that. Helps to have lightning troops to do that because you can get there way quicker as well. So getting HP on lightning troops is going to help you out a bunch of different scenarios. Defending crystal, taking out neutral realm empires, all kinds of stuff. 47,000% is a good number too. That's a lot of HP. Like, finally heroes are getting some use again. 47,000, big numbers. So it's nice they're updating the heroes to kind of keep up with some of the other upgrades and other things going on in the game. Because a lot of the other numbers from our gear, from gems, it's all going up and up and up. And once you get above level 20 on some of these skills, these numbers start skyrocketing. And then the Lightning Elemental Troop Attack, 55,000. So all these are good to put points in. There is a big advantage to focusing on individual skills though, because as you can see here, level 15, so that's 15 mastery skill points. You only get 3,000. However, so you can get 3,000 here and then 1,200 here for City Assaults. Now, if I were to take the 15 skill points from this one and take that out and put it all into the Lightning Troop HP, you can get a really big number here. So that's where the debate gets really interesting. You need the 15 and 15, 9, 9 to get the Limit Break. However, some of these by themselves are really good. So, you know, a lot of people would rather have the 47,000% lightning HP than this Limit Break skill. And I can totally get on that side of the debate too. Like I don't think you can go wrong. As long as you're not like, I wouldn't go like 20, 20 and then 5 and 5. To me, that wouldn't make much sense. I would keep putting mastery skill points into one until it's maxed, or get the Limit Break skill. To me, that's the options that make sense. Max one, then get the Limit Break, or get the Limit Break and then start maxing one. Whatever one you think's the best. If you do a balanced approach, you don't get the most. It's until your Prompto, like, or whatever hero you're doing that with, till he's almost like mid one, probably 160s, 170s even, or even 180s. If you're doing a balanced approach, you're not going to get very much specific benefit from him. It's just going to be kind of general all around, not very good. So that's why a lot of people are saying max individual ones before the limit break. But the limit break's so good, and you need to start stockpiling the resources to use the enchantments. So yeah, I don't know, guys. It's debatable. Well, let me know what you guys think. How about that? So let's look at the next hero. Let's go to Luna. Good old pretty Luna. And things start getting pretty interesting with Luna's mastery skill tree as well. Once you get above 150, or once you get like those mastery skills above level 20 again for her. Back to these first two, I would not put many points into these. Like this actually, they upgraded this one pretty much. 27,000% troop armor and troop HP. That's actually not too bad at level 20. So that's not too bad. If you did want to max this one, that's not the worst thing you can do. But yeah, actually, Luna's got a pretty good skill tree, doesn't she? She's got the city defense, mage armor, mage HP, mage attack, ice elemental troop HP, ice elemental troop attack. So she kind of goes hand in hand with Shiva. Her buffs help Shiva out. Like if you're using a lot of ice troops, Shiva with her, it's just a sick combination. Or Shiva and her skill tree is six. It's a sick combination. But here's where things start getting interesting to me. If you get this one to 30, 35,000% armor and HP for mages. Just like that, your mages are going to be a monster. They're going to be a beast if you get this thing maxed. And you don't even need to get her level too much to max this skill. Like, you can max this pretty early if you're not trying to max the limit break first. Like, if you're not going for the limit break, you could max this one pretty quickly, and you would be really strong based on the power that your account is. Like yeah, she's pretty awesome. I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. I'm just rambling. Let's move on. So this is a good skill, 35,000% HP and armor for all your mages, regardless whether they're with your hero or not. So even if your hero's captured and you just have a bunch of mages in your empire, they're still going to get those buffs, which are really good buffs. Mage attack, 51,000%. So if you're doing, yeah, she's quite the mage specialist. If you max both these, so you would need 30 skill points, 30 skill points, and a skill point here. And you're going to want that one. So for 62 skill points, you could max these, at least these two, and then have the Luna's offering at 1 and the defense at 1. You'd be a beast with mages, especially if you have a high level Shiva. Not bad. But she's also got these, which also really good. 47,000% ice elemental troop HP, 55,000% ice elemental troop attack. I don't even know, guys. Like, you could go either side, but I would pick a side or get the limit break. That's your options. Again, I would max one of these skills and then start working on the next ones, or get the limit break skill, now max one. And that was my plan. I got the limit break. Now I'm going to start maxing the mage armor and mage HP. The reason I'm going to max this one out first because you get the armor and the HP. Plus, I use mages a lot with Shiva. So, and I don't have that many ice elementals. So that's why I'm focusing more on this one. But it's equally, this is pretty good too, 47,000%. If you have a lot of ice elementals and you use them for attacks a lot, this might be a better one to max. Or the attack. It's tough. Do you go HP? That's going to keep your ice elementals alive longer. Or do you go attack, which is going to make your ice elementals a beast when assault? Because you get that their attack is higher than their HP when you're assaulting the crystal, right? So you're getting 55,000% on a T9 attack, whereas if you go the HP, you're only getting 47,000% on a tier 8 HP. So a tier 8 HP with a smaller number compared to a T9 attack with a bigger number. Obviously, the T9 attack with the bigger number makes a lot more sense in terms of if you're trying to get victories on the battle reports, if you're just trying to do mass amount of damage, this is a good one to max. Actually, that's really good. The more I think about it, the more I think I need to max this one. So that's why, really, the reason you do the HP is because you want to keep them alive, right? Like, if you want to keep your elemental troops alive, you got to go the HP. Or just accept the fact that if you go this, they're glass cannons. They're going to die a lot easier, but you get that crazy attack. So I think, the more I think about it, I'd like to max. I might max this one out before the mage armor and mage HP, because 55,000% attack, that's going to make you really good for attacking the crystal. That's going to be really good troops for attacking the crystal. Because you get that tier 9 attack when attacking the crystal. So yeah, I think I probably should have done that. But I went ahead and got the limit break. So her limit break skill, it is astral attack, 500% astral attack, and you get HP regen for the astrals. So 10,000% HP regen. I did that. I used this skill, and it didn't seem like it was regenning very quickly. I was kind of bummed out. Like, I figured 10,000%. Surely it's gonna like just fill up instantly. It's actually kind of slow, which I think if you were trying to decide on what hero to get the limit break on, for me, Noctis's limit break and Prompto's limit break, I think their limit breaks are better than Luna's, because 500% astral attack isn't that much in the scheme of things. It's not that much. And the HP regen, just 10,000%. That sounds like a lot, but it doesn't go that much quicker. Like it's slow. It's slow regenning, right? Like the astrals, if you have 6,000 astral HP, like on Shiva, and it's gone, it's going to take many days to fill up. Whereas if you have this regen, how much regen it's going to get in the 45 minutes that the limit break skill is active for, you're not going to get that much HP out of it. So really, you're getting this skill for the astral attack, and the astral attack's not that big of a number. So, you know, I put a lot of points into some of these that I could get back if I reset her skill tree, and then I could max out the ice attack, maybe even the ice HP. I might do that. I might reset her skill and not have her limit break. That's tough, though. It's tough. Yeah, I think it makes sense. It makes sense if there's a hero that you're trying on the fence of, do I get their limit break skill or not? I think it would be Luna. I think she's like the worst hero to probably get this limit break on compared to the others. Yeah. So, but her mastery skill tree, again, really good. From what they have unlocked from level 100 to 200, really good stuff, guys. Really good stuff. So get those heroes leveled. And last one for this video, we'll look at Ignace. And Ignace has perhaps it's probably the one I was most excited about. Let me put on his MP regen gear. I don't know why I had that weird concoction of stuff there. But I love Ignace's mastery. What he's unlocked from that... So they used to all max at 20, right? Now you can get max at 30, and from level 20 to level 30, they get way better. So let's look at them. We've got the exploit weakness. Really, to me, this one, I'd probably skip it. Personally, I would just put 1 point in that. It's not that great. Scientific breakthrough. This is one, it only reduces the cost of up to divine research tomes. So this skill, you're probably going to want it. You're going to have to get it if you want the limit break. But if you're going to wait on the limit break, I would wait on this one as well. We've got Siege Engine and Trap HP. This is where things start getting pretty exciting. We've got 100,000% Siege Engine and Trap HP. So you get 100,000% Siege Engine HP, which would be epic by itself. 100,000 Trap HP would be epic by itself. Why don't they just put them both in one skill and gift us that? And that's what they did. So I think this is probably the single greatest mastery skill to max, in my opinion, because Trap HP, that's going to keep your traps alive a lot longer. 100,000, that's going to make your traps like 3 times more. They're going to have probably many times more HP. This depends on what you had before, but for me, my traps are 3 times stronger now, and we have the T7 traps as well. So we've got the stronger traps, and now we can get 100,000 trap HP on them. Sign me up. I max this one in a heartbeat as soon as I notice the numbers here. And I did a Crystal Assault with Siege Engine with this skill maxed, so I'll show you what that did as well. But yeah, I'm liking this skill. This, to me, I think this is the single best mastery one, because 100,000 Siege Engine HP and Trap HP, yes. Actually, this one's just as good. What am I saying? This one's just as good. I'm maxing this one next. So my plan was to max it, and then I'll get the limit break. That's what I'm doing for Ignis. But yeah, let's look at this. 102,000% Siege Engine and Trap attack while any hero is active, right? 102,000. Yeah, your sieges are going to be... It's helping make up the difference, because the problem that we're having with Siege these days is you can't imbue them and make them elementals. So your sieges are just your sieges, whereas you can have really good elemental warriors, but sieges, you can't really power them up past their base level. But 100,000, that makes up a lot of the difference. Like, I think, actually, I'll show you guys the battle reports here in a little bit, but Siege with this kind of buffs made him better than my elementals for their specific purpose. So I attacked the Crystal with Siege Engine, and I attacked the Crystal with elemental troops, and the Siege Engine did better than the elemental troops with this buff. So yeah, not too bad. Well, I should say way less sieges died, but I didn't kill quite as much with the sieges. But that's because I haven't maxed this one yet, obviously. Can't wait to max it. Really good numbers. And we got the Fire Elemental HP, 47. And Fire Elemental Troop Attack, 55. So it's kind of like Luna's except for Fire. It'll make you really good for attacking Empires, especially like a lot of times somebody gets their hero capped. You need to free it. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice if we could max this skill, get the 55,000% attack, 47,000% HP. And again, I would max the attack before the HP. Well, this is so tough, guys. I don't know. The thing with the attack is, again, you're getting a bigger number on an already bigger... So it's a T8 HP with a T9 attack when you're assaulting Empires. So you get that 50-something thousand% on the bigger number. It makes sense to me. That's going to be a really big number. So it makes sense to me to max the attack, unless you don't want your Fire Elementals to die. So if you're way behind in your expansions, but you have a really high Ignis, and you want to do the Fire Elemental, maybe that's the case for HP. And I actually haven't even looked at his limit break. I should probably have checked it out. So we've got anti-armor shredding, 30% at level 1. So that's going to counteract Prompto's armor shredding skill, his enchantment, and then some. And you've got Fire Elemental Troop Attack, 28,000%. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. If you're attacking other empires, that's pretty good. Though, would you rather have this, or you could probably max 2 of these for like the same cost as unlocking level 1 of this. So you could go almost 30-30, and so you could get the 47 and pretty darn close to the 55, if not the 55, if you just skip these skills here. So if you skip this one and skip these 2, skip that, and just go 1, whoop, wow. If you just go 1 and then max this one and max this one, that's not a bad way to go either. But I'm sticking with the right side, because another benefit to maxing out your sieges, like this skill, you get the Siege Engine HP. Oh, the trap's just a bonus, right? Like, obviously, this is just such a good one. You get the siege and the trap. But one thing that's nice about sieges is you research them and you can use them before all the other troops. And in a lot of cases, a lot before. Like, there's a lot of people who got the T7 sieges, was using those for a long time, like months before they had enough resources to level up their Citadel to the next tier, to get the next buff, to get the warriors, the mage unlock, the cavalry unlock. It takes a lot more research, a lot more building leveling. So you get the sieges a lot earlier. And today I just unlocked the T8 sieges. So that's the only T8 troop I have is sieges. And I guess we're done kind of talking about his skills. But But that's the benefit of buffing the sieges, is you're going to have probably a higher tier sooner of that than your other troop types. So, you know, it's kind of nice to get the buff on the better troop, for sure. So they're really slow though, man. They're super slow. But looks like 36 load. Is that more than the T7 siege? 36. So they kind of quit buffing the load capacity, and they quit buffing the ability to gather more quickly. So it seems like T7 doesn't really gather resources any faster than T6, and it looks like T8's the same. So really, if you're using those, you know, it's for the attack, for the defense, that kind of thing. Not so much because you can gather quicker. Though I did finally unlock the newest advanced gathering. I can now finally collect mana, just 6 months too late. And I can show you guys the training cost here. If you notice, it takes a bunch of stuff. It takes the elite stone. Well, for siege, it takes elite resources, so 3 different elite resources, and then a T8 specific material. In this case, it's the armaments. So that means you're going to have to instant train. You can't hit this train and then speed up. So you're going to need a ton of platinum to train these guys. What I did, and I think everybody should do this, is, I guess I'll go ahead and talk about it. Why not? Because it might save some people some platinum. This number used to be 12 million. It used to be 12 million to instant train, but if you want to save a lot of platinum, so in my case, 4 million platinum per 100,000 troops, you can go to the Crystal Nexus, if you have it, and use this Spire Stone core. Because this Spire Stone, oh, that's the wrong one. It's, which one is it? Quickstone, Diamond Steel, I think. No, must be Quickstone. Nope. Fire Fury? Nope. Darkheart? Nope. Tiger Core? Nope. Quickstone, I think I looked at that one. Research Speed. Emerald. Construction. Oh, yeah, I'm blind, guys. I had it equipped. So, oh man, that's embarrassing. But if you use this Abyssal Core, you get 200% training speed. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend equipping this and then mass training your T8 troops. Or you could even do this for your T7 troops. It'll save you a lot of platinum because, again, you have to instant train it. And when you're instant training it, a huge chunk, actually most of that cost in platinum is the time it takes to get the speed ups. So if you're equipping this, it's going to cut your time way down because you get the 200% training speed. Also, you could use Noctis. Noctis has his training speed skill. So if you equip Noctis, does Gladio too? I think a couple heroes do, but I think Noctis does. I probably should make a video on this, but for those of you who stuck around to the end, you get this little gem here to save you some platinum if you didn't know about this. You could max this skill. It's going to increase your training speed. And once this skill has a lot of points in it, and you get this number pretty high, that's going to save you a lot of platinum. So I would recommend doing that. You can max this skill. Some of the other heroes have some training skills too, I think. Like Gladio. Does Gladio? I guess we should just look at this. I want to say Gladio does. Yeah, so he's got these training speed skills. So you can get another 100% this way. Yeah, you know, if you've got some of these other skills maxed, I really don't use Gladio much anymore. To me, he's really good for defense and really good early game, but in the new age, it doesn't seem like his benefits have really scaled up with some of the other heroes. So, I've noticed it doesn't really seem to matter what hero you attack with, because all these base skills are not very good. So most of these base skills, their value is in what else they bring. Like the training speeds, not actually a bad skill to max in the new day and age, for sure. And the commander recruiting's nice. Like, yeah, how I would skill these guys now is not at all how I would have recommended skilling it months ago. It's funny how things change. But yeah, to me, these skills are actually pretty valuable. The warrior training speed, like that could save you billions of platinum. Like I could save you 1 trillion platinum actually. So does anybody else have one? Let's look at this. I don't think Cindy does. She's got something else. Construction speed, that's right. So yeah, maybe Gladio could save you billions of platinum, guys. I would max either his training skills or Noctis's training skills. Use them when you make a lot of troops at once. I would use the Crystal Nexus. There's also one in here. There's another buff. It's just a training speed buff. You get another 20% from that. But that was weird. You can get another 20% from this training speed, if I can find it. It's probably at the very top, wasn't it? Well, there's one somewhere here, I promise. Here it is. So you get the 20% from this one. Every little bit helps. And there's another thing you can do too, guys. When you're training, so let's say I was going to train a bunch of these guys. Notice here it's 65 days. Sometimes once you get it to 60 days, it drops. Let's see if it does for this guy too, just below 60. So 7.1 to 6.9. Now, it doesn't seem to make much difference, but sometimes there are some sweet spots here that just dropping it a couple hundred troops or about 1,000 troops will make a huge difference. 1% I think is what it drops when you hit this. So just dropping it 1% might save you a lot of platinum. Like there's different sweet spots I've noticed, and it must just be however they use their, like obviously they use, like when you're hitting that, you're buying normal speed, like you're buying the elite speed ups for the T8. So I guess it's just how they buy the elite speed ups kind of shifts. But yeah, some of these, like it's the same cost just about for these two. But then you drop it one more and it's way cheaper. So in this case, that's a case where for 1,000 less troops, you're saving almost, like, what is that, 7 or 8% for just 1,000 less troops. I think that's probably a good deal right here. Boom, boom. So I would hit this a couple times, get to this number, and oh yeah, see there, 55. It's almost the same amount for these two as well. So I would find the sweet spots and really try to get the most for your platinum, because that's a lot of platinum. 10 or 8 billion platinum per instant train for 93,000 troops. So yeah, it's almost 8 billion for 100,000, and that's with the Crystal Nexus buff. That's with the 20% buff. That's not with Gladio though. So I think I'm going to level up my Gladio, reskill him to get a lot of points into his training speeds, because that could be the difference between you getting a Citadel quicker. I trained a lot of troops, and let's actually do the math here. So I trained 4 million troops at let's just say, to make the numbers easy, let's say I was spending 8 billion platinum per 8 billion platinum per 100,000 troops ish. So 4 million is 40,000. Wait, wow, I'm struggling today, guys. So 4 million troops. I trained 4 million, and if we divide that by 100,000, that is 40. So I had to hit this 40 times to get that 4 million troops, and 40 times 8 billion. That's, what is that? 40. That's 320 billion platinum I used to train those troops. Over 300 billion. Yeah, you're not mishearing me. I'm not misspeaking. That's 300 billion platinum is what it took to train those 4 million troops. Actually, it took more than that. So if you can save 10% with Gladio's skill maxed, 10%, you're going to save 30 billion. I would have saved 30 billion just by doing that platinum. I should have done that. That's a lot of, yeah, that would have helped out. Oh well, live and learn, guys. You heard it here first, or you already knew about it, or maybe somebody else told you, in which case I'm just wrong. But that's it for today, guys. Hope you're doing good. If I had to rank which skill, if if I had to rank the 4 heroes we just went over, I think Ignis is the best because, my goodness, that siege engine HP and attack. Oh, he's awesome. So I didn't like his level 100 to 150 mastery skill tree because the numbers weren't very good, but they buffed the numbers tremendously to level 200. So I think he's probably the best. Luna's going to be really good if you're trying to capture a lot of crystals. Prompto is going to be really good if you're doing a lot of rallies on other people. And actually, Ignis is probably better than Prompto for doing rallies on other people, just being honest. So, yeah, Ignis at the top. Below him, we got Ignis. He's at the top of the tree. Luna, Prompto, they're pretty similar stat-wise. It just depends on what your focus is on the game. Luna, probably better for defense, for attacking crystals. Prompto, better for rallying people, naturally. And the lightning HP is pretty handy for getting places quickly. So, yeah, if you're a really grindy person, it might make sense to go Prompto over Luna if you're thinking about what pack to get or who to focus on more. And Noctis, just all around good. Noctis is all around good. But, you know, not quite as specific, right? He just buffs generally all your troops. So you get an okay buff for all your troops. But his limit break skill is, I think, the best limit break skill. So, you know, maybe you want to get that limit break for Noctis. All the other heroes, I think it's a little bit more of a debate on whether you get the limit break first and then max a skill, or just go ahead and max a skill. And a lot of these guys like Ignis, I would recommend maxing whatever skill. If you want to go fire elementals, I would max that one. If you want to go siege heavy, I would max that one. And you can really play around with this too. Like one thing you could do, and I'll just throw this out there, is if you're leveling up all your heroes, you could really try to get you could get real strong at real specific things. So let's say you decided that you want to be a beast at city assaults. If you have a Prompto, naturally you can max out his right side. Whoop, wrong one. So let's say you just want to focus, like say your sole purpose is to destroy people in battles. You could max out the city assault attack, rally city assault attack, max those two out, put all the points into these two, and that's gonna help you out for city assaults. Then if you really want to get crazy, level up your Ignis, and then max the fire elementals, because fire elementals are good at city assault attack. So if you've got those skills maxed on Prompto, and then you max these two, the fire elementals, on Ignis, and you're using fire elementals to assault empires, you get Prompto's buffs and Ignis's buffs at the same time. So, you know, you could get pretty specific with your focus. You know, if you do that, or you could just go, say you want to go siege engine assault on people, you could go these two skills, Prompto's right side skill tree, and, you know, just try to narrow in on what you could do to just be really good at a specific aspect of the game. Not a bad way to go. And then you could max out Noctis's march size too. So, I mean, you know, there's different things. You may not want to max out all the elementals for all the different heroes, because then you're not going to get the buffs to stack. So, you know, if you're maxing Prompto's ice side here and Prompto's fire side here, you can't use, there's no such thing as a fire ice elemental, right? So you have to go, you could use a mix of fire and ice, but they're only going to get the buffs. The buffs don't stack is what I'm saying. Whereas if you go, let's say you go Luna's mage side, so you max out her mage skills. So you get that 35,000% mage armor, mage HP, and the 55,000 mage attack. And then you max out Prompto's fire. Oh wait, yeah, no, Ignis has fire. You could max out Prompto's lightning or Ignis's fire. And then if you're using mages, you get Luna's buff for the mages, and if they're fire mages or if they're lightning mages, and you have, you know, those skills, mastery skill trees maxed on Ignis and Prompto, yeah, suddenly, like, you know, you can play with the combinations. So that's definitely something you could do. My game crashed, So that's a good time to wrap it up, guys. I think the game was trying to tell me something. I've rambled on too long enough. Anyways, hope you guys are doing good. And real quick, I'll throw on some crystal salts that I've done in the last couple of days, and you can see what they look like. So, all right, guys, take it easy.
So fast, all tied up like a captive. I'm on to you. Used to pit on my love life, standing on rainbows, playing it cool. I don't felt this in ages, and I've no more patience. So won't you please stay a bit longer? You're making me stronger, making me stronger. Stay a bit longer.
pray today, but no one's listening anymore. Do I need to fade away or stay here laying down on the floor? I want to know if you be the shoulder that I need. I want to go, so take me to Neverland. Can you help me find a way? Where is the God that I need? Can I get some help today? Lord, help me with the blood that I bleed. I want to know if you be the shoulder that I need. I want to go, so take me to Neverland. Anxiety taking over me, I can't be the only one left. No, society breaking up on me, I just wanna be felt and taken and never left.
Think I'm fine.